Hey, how's it going? Kenny here, and welcome back to Non-League to Giants. And up in today's episode, we have one hell of a match. We have the Champions League final against Red Bull Leipzig. In our first ever season playing in the Champions League, we have got as far as the final. But of course, now we are here. We have to go on and win the competition. Otherwise, it was all for nothing. We've got Red Bull Leipzig in the final. And it's been quite a journey to this final, it has to be said. The teams we have knocked out so far. In the round of 16, we got past Man United, 6-4 in aggregate. That was nice. We lost the first leg 3-2, but we battered them 4-1 in the second leg. The quarter-final, well, it was very, very easy, it has to be said. Much easier than anticipated against Arsenal. We beat them 3-0 away from home in the first leg. We beat them 1-0 at home to go through 4-0 on aggregate. And in the semi-final, we faced off against the holders, Real Madrid. Already beaten this season in the final, in the UEFA Super Cup final. We beat them in the semi-final as well. Very comfortably, it has to be said. We beat them 3-0 at home, and then we drew 0-0 away from home in the Bernabeu. So it's now 4 games in a row that we have not conceded in the Champions League. But whilst I'm talking about us, we've also got to give credit to Red Bull Leipzig as well. The teams they've beat to get through to the final have been incredible as well, to be honest. And also, this is both teams' first time in the Champions League final, so something's got to give here, and one of us have to lift the trophy. They beat FC Metz 7-0 in the round of 16. We lost to FC Metz 4-1 in the league phase away from home, so I wouldn't say it's the greatest results in the world for Leipzig, but FC Metz do have something about them, so to beat them 7-0 in aggregate, very nice. But after that, though, it was very impressive for Leipzig. They got through Bayern Munich 4-2 in the quarter-final over 2 legs, who are a great team. And then they also beat Man City 3-2 in the semi-final as well. So I can talk about us as much as I like. We got through Real Madrid, Arsenal and Man United. But Leipzig also knocked out Man City and Bayern Munich. So we can't take them lightly, that is for sure. Let's have a quick look at their team here. Well, the manager is Marco Rosa. Has he been the manager the entire time? He has been. He's the manager since 2022. So obviously he must be doing quite a good job there, you'd have to say. The captain is Vardiol as well. Of course, playing for Man City these days. So he must have stayed his whole career there. He's still a very, very good player, as you can see. He hasn't really started the decline yet, although he's 33 years of age. So wow, they've got a great centre-back on their hands in Vardiol there. Zabani as well as the vice-captain. Not quite as good as Vardiol, especially overall, but he's still a good centre-back, that is for sure. 32 years of age, so they've got 2 aging centre-backs, but as you can see, neither of them have really lost their physicals, so defensively they look very strong, it has to be said. What about some other players they've got? What about players going forward? They've got Marvin Wattieu, he's a very good goalkeeper, I know that. As you can see there, he's a very good goalkeeper. 58 caps for France. He's wanted by Real Madrid as well. So you look at their goalkeeper and their 2 centre-backs. It's not going to be easy to score against them, that's for sure. They've got Hassan Ouedraogo. I can never pronounce his name properly, but he's a midfielder. He's a good player. He looks very, very similar to Iliev, to be honest, when we had Iliev at the club. Pretty much just same in terms of his graph here. So he's definitely a good player. I wouldn't say he's an elite player, though. So yeah, he's very versatile, though. What a player to have at your club. Look how versatile he is. I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's still obviously a good player, but I think we have better players than Ouedraogo in the positions there. Fatakanti, as you can see, orange highlighted there. He's on my short list. He's actually my number 1 target for DM. Although, I'm saying that, he has to the value has to decrease quite significantly. But I'm hoping it will do, to be honest, because his contract expires end of next season. I'm not spending 190 million on a 30-year-old or a 31-year-old he'd been at the time. So hopefully his value will decrease. But at the moment, of course, I can't sign him. But I'd like to sign him. He's a very good DM as well. So yeah, the team's looking rather good, isn't it? The team's looking rather good. They haven't really got any standout forward players there. They've got Umberto Salemi, who's a regular starter. He's 23 years of age, got 4 caps for Italy. He's definitely a very good player. Vision-wise, he's very good. He's got 20 flair, 18 vision as well. Oh dear, their team is looking rather strong, as we said. They've got Radomir Zetzman here. He's worth a lot of money. He's another centre-back, but obviously they can't... Well, they can play 3 centre-backs. Of course they can. Good centre-back. I think we've got better, though, to be honest. Lovros Vonarek. Well, to be honest, looking at their team, it looks like they haven't got much going forward. They've got Luca Romero as well, who's obviously a good player. But defensively, they look very, very strong. Very strong defensively. What competitions actually won this in the series then? They've actually won 2 German Cups, unless that was... Yeah, that was before. So they've won 1 German Cup, runner-up in the Europa League, runner-up in the Bundesliga 3 times. So they've actually only won 1 trophy in the entire virtual universe here. So Wow, they haven't got it in them to win the big trophies, it seems. But saying that, they got through to the Champions League final like us. So as I said, one of us have to win the competition. They look very good defensively. But so are we. So, to be honest, comparing our two teams right now, defensively, you may say they're slightly better. Not sure about that. Maybe not too much better, but going forward, our team looks a whole lot better in my opinion. But we shall see what happens. Well, of course, I'm only bringing you back for the Champions League final, so that means we cannot win the league title, unfortunately. That ship has sailed, unfortunately, for us. We did give up a decent fight, though, it has to be said. After the last episode, we beat Liverpool at home 3-1. And in that same game week, Chelsea beat Man United 3-1 as well. So that kept us in the title race, which was nice. And we had Man United in the next game. And if we won that game, we would take it to the last day of the season. But unfortunately, we couldn't beat Man United. We drew the game 1-1. It started off terribly for us. They scored in the 7th minute. We got back into the game, threw back Nagy in the 16th minute. And it has to be said, we were the better team in the game. We should have won the game, really. I went for it late on. I knew we had nothing to lose at this point. I went very attacking. I went attacking earlier than that as well. Just try and get the winner in the game. Get it to the last day at least, even though it might be in vain because they're at home to Norwich. They did beat Norwich in the end 1-0 at home anyway. But disappointed we couldn't take it to the final day. But ultimately, this is not the game we messed up in. We messed up in the games at home to Southampton, at home to Tottenham as well. Those were the two big disappointments in the season, it has to be said. Also away to Nottingham Forest because we absolutely destroyed them in that game. Should have won that 4 or 5-0. So those 3 games probably cost us the title, to be honest. We should be talking about 8 extra points for us, which would take us top of the league, even if we drew to Man United. We finished second in the end, though, so at least we bettered last season's performance in 3rd place, although we have got less points this season and also a lot less goals as well. Last season we got to 81 points, 3rd in the league with 88 goals scored and 35 conceded. This time round, 80 points, so 1 less point, 13 less goals as well. Slightly better defence, but all in all, it's a little bit disappointing towards the end of the season. Though saying that, we are in the Champions League final. Also, on the final day of the season, we drew away to QPR 0-0. Not that it matters too much because by that point, it was already secured 2nd place and we cannot win the title. But anyway, this episode is all about the Champions League final. I can't believe we're talking about the Champions League final in our first ever season competing in the competition. It's quite crazy. And also, we're yet to win the league title, so I'd never thought in a million years we'd win the Champions League before we won the Premier League. We still might not win the Champions League because although there's bigger teams than RB Leipzig, you just saw for yourself, they got some very good players, especially in their defence. The defence looks absolutely solid, so we need to be at our best here today. We've done really well up in the Champions League up to this point, but it'll all be for nothing if we lose the final here today. And this is the team for this final. The Champions League final. We've got Lopez in goal, who's been a key player for us this season, it has to be said. A 7.09 average rating for the season. He gets better every single season, it has to be said. His first season wasn't great. 51 goals conceded with 6.78. Last season, he stepped up very nicely. 20 less goals conceded in the league, which is nice. Obviously not all down to him, but some of them down to him. 6.99. And this season, he took it to another level. He's kept just similar amount of clean sheets this season, similar amount of goals conceded as well, but one thing he did add to his game was 3 player of the matches, and he turned up in the big game. So if he turns up in this game, we win the final, that is for sure. At right back, we've got Andy Booth, who's not been a standout performer for the season, although similar to Lopez, he does keep getting better, so that is nice. As you see there, his average rating for the season is 7.03. Almost recapturing his form from his first season with the club, where he got 13 assists in 38 games. So he's definitely a solid right back. Booth. Adaleson, well, he is the best defender at the club, and every time I look at him, he seems to be getting better and better, to be honest. Physically, he's just a joke. As you can see here, he's an absolute joke physically. 7 caps for Brazil already. He's a wanted man, wanted by Man City, but he's not going anywhere. He's a crucial part of our defence, it has to be said. And he's been amazing this season, especially in the second half of the season. He really has stepped up. So right back and left back looking very good as well. The centre-back partnership of Mohamed and El Idrissi. Mohamed, first half of the season, he was a standout performer, it has to be said. Second half of the season, not as good, but overall, he is a good centre-back to have, and hopefully he puts in a good performance today. Also, El Idrissi, nothing stand out about him this season, but solid, so be a good partner for Mohamed today. In the midfield, we've got Maka, Acosta, and Nesta Rocha. Maka, he's back from injury not too long ago. I think he started against QPR or featured against QPR, get his match sharpness up. He's a very key player for us, a very, very key player. I'd love to have him at the heart of the defence, to be honest, but we're lacking massively in the DM department. That is why it's my number one priority in the summer. But Maka plays there today. He's been sensational this season as well. Last season he got 7.07. This season he got 7.06. So very consistent player. Acosta, another one. Key player for us to have. Not on the greatest of forms though. 6.64 the last 5 games. So hopefully he gets back to his best today. We shall see. Hasn't been one of his best seasons for the club, but he's also getting used to a new role as a secondo volante there. With a 7.02 in the new position, it's not too bad. Attacking midfield is Nesta Rocha. Gula, he's my number 1 attacking midfielder, but to be honest, he's gone missing now for the last, 20 games or so. He just doesn't get above a 6.6, so I'm not playing him in today's game. I'm playing Nesta Rocha instead. Nesta Rocha is clearly a good player in the Champions League as well, especially. He's got 4 goals and 6 assists in just 6 starts, so hopefully continues that form today. Magnaghi on the right wing. Last 5 games, he's been exceptional. He's won player of the season as well in the Premier League, so he's took to life in the Premier League very nicely already. He's not the most prolific of forwards, has to be said. Only 10 goals in 42 games, but he's also got 18 assists as well and 10 player of the matches, so he's a very, very good player. Our key player, it has to be said, is Magnaghi. On the left-hand side is Edson. Not featured as much this season, but get this. He's actually had his best goal-scoring season for us as well. 11 goals in all competitions. Actually, no, it's his second best. Scrap that. It's his third best goal-scoring form for us in his time here with Portsmouth. What I meant to say is he's got his best season in the Premier League in terms of goals scored, a joint best goal-scoring season there with 10 goals. So he's added goals to his game, which is nice. He starts today because we have an injury to Coric, which is absolutely devastating. So that means Bruno starts up front. Hasn't been great in recent times. He's still got 22 goals in all competitions this season and 7 goals in the Champions League. So hopefully he does the business for us today. But as I said, we are missing key man Coric for today's game. Devastating for him, missing the Champions League final, but we have to get past these things. He's out for 12 days to 3 weeks with sprained knee ligament. So that is very disappointing. He got 33 goals for the season. So we could have Coric for today's game, especially with their very good defence as well. But we know Bruno's a very good striker, and we know Edson's a very good left winger as well. Obviously got Magnaghi in the right, so I guess we can say we're a little bit fortunate we're only missing 1 player, but Coric is a big miss, it has to be said. But anyway, enough talking about it, let's get started then. The Champions League final against Red Bull Leipzig. Before we get started with this game though, guys, please remember that if you do like this video, hit that like button for me. I failed to get a like on my last 2 non-League to Giants videos, so if you can help me out and give me just 1 like, it will be much appreciated. And also, if you're new around here, do hit that subscribe button as well. It'd really help me out and be much appreciated. So let's get started then. Red Bull Leipzig, the Champions League final. If we win this will be the biggest trophy we've won. You can't get much bigger than well, you can't get any bigger than the Champions League, can you? That's the biggest trophy in club football. This will be our 4th trophy as well in just 2 seasons. We won the Carabao Cup and the Europa League last season. This season we won the UEFA Super Cup and hopefully the Champions League as well. Is this team good enough to beat RB Leipzig? I think it is, but we're about to find out, aren't we? We're about to find out, and here we go. Looks like a lot of Red Bull Leipzig fans, but there's the Portsmouth fans on this side of the pitch. There I am standing out there, facing the opposition manager. We're giving each other some beef already, it seems. Here we are lining up. Looks like we've got some very short players in the team compared to theirs, don't they? They look like a team of giants, RB Leipzig. But anyway, let's get going then. Oh, against RB Leipzig, we're playing in the... what stadium is it? I forgot what it's called. I think it's a Serbian stadium, about 51,000 capacity. So hopefully the Portsmouth fans who travelled all this way can get the rewards come end of it. And the first highlight of the game here, my word, well, they get the ball away. Is it Daleson? Key player for us. Rocha! Well, that's a nice start to the Champions League final, isn't it? It's going to VAR, but I think that's onside, to be honest. I think that's onside. Nesta Rocha in for Gula today. It is onside. Get in. What a lovely start to the final. Long way to go yet, though. Let's not get too carried away. 80 minutes to go. But Rocha, he's repaid my faith from starting the Champions League final. I'm sure Ola Gula is not too happy about it, but to be honest, it's his own problem. If he's not playing well, then he can't be justified getting picked, can he? So my fault, Gula. It's your fault, mate. Need to do a step up. Anyway, on a highlight, just a minute later, and it's Magnaghi with the ball. Can we be a sensational start to the game? Can we get a second goal early on? Here's a Daleson. Into Edson. He's taking the ball off him very easily. But Acosta, shoot! Oh, very close to a second goal there from Acosta. Well, we're definitely the better team in these early stages. We're already 1-0 up. We've got a deep free kick here. Magnaghi to take it. It's cleared though, unfortunately. Now here come Leipzig. Here's Salem. Probably their best striker, to be honest, or their best forward player at the club. Is that Datro Fofana of Chelsea? Could be. Oh, nice clearance from Mohamed there. Now here's Acosta. Chance to counter them. There's Edson into Bruno. Don't know what Bruno's doing there. Strange decision from Bruno, that. Very strange. Still got the ball, though. Here's a Costa. He can make things happen. Magnaggi, Bruno's on the run. Bruno for 2-0. Miss from Bruno. Would Koric score that? Possibly. It wasn't the easiest of strikes, so it has to be said. But we're starting off this game massively on the front foot here, which I like to see. But now I say that, RB Leipzig are now starting to get momentum in the game. But good news for us is we have got that 1-0 lead, which is very nice. If Leipzig don't score, we win the trophy. Now here's a Daleson. Into Rocha again. The same combination. Oh my word. You know what? We should be 2-0 up, shouldn't we? We should be 2-0 up. There's some big chances in the game. Will we live to regret those? I'm not sure. Got a corner though, it's cleared. Rocha's going to get there. Magnaggi's offside. It's a bit of a wasted pass, let's be honest. Leipzig yet to have a shot on target in the game though. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. But I'd really love a second goal. I'd really love a second goal here. Champions League winners. That does sound very nice, doesn't it? It does sound very nice. And at half-time, at the moment, we are lifting the trophy. But a long way to go yet, as I said. Long, long way to go. Alright, here we go. Second half gets underway. Even though we've blown the league title again, 2 seasons on the spin, we bailed it out of it last season winning the Europa League and the Carabao Cup. And this season, if we win the Champions League, then it doesn't matter too much about the league. Of course, it'd be nice to win the league as well. But we finished... Anyway, Bruno's through on goal. What on earth is that, Bruno? What are you doing there, mate? What are you even thinking there? Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. He's had a terrible game so far, Bruno. He's leading the line absolutely terribly with a 6.3. Do we take Bruno off? He's nervous as well. We don't really need that, Bruno. We don't really need that. Don't fully trust Gasco in a game of this magnitude, to be honest. So I will bring on Gula and I'll put him up front. Rocha's on a yellow card as well. Edson's not playing too well. Andy Booth has not been great. You know, let's take Booth off. Let's bring on Fafali for him. 30 minutes to go. Leipzig, not seen much from them, have we? Not seen much from them at all. We're still only 1-0 in the game. Still only 1-0. We've got 3 players in yellow cards as well, which is making me a little bit nervous. Here's Maka to Acosta. Can we get a second goal in this highlight? Could go... Magnaggi? No. Don't shoot Maka, whatever you do. Edson, shoot! Shoot! Acosta, shoot! Someone shoot! I say someone shoot. I'd much prefer if Rocha or Acosta shot than Fafali, to be honest. But at least one of them finally shot. Yeah, 3 yellow cards in the game. It's a bit nerve-wracking. You know what? Is Moreno on the bench? Yeah, he is. You know, Moreno can come on for Mohamed. We'll put Maka back there. Get that yellow card off. Moreno in the midfield. You know, that'll do. That'll do for now. That'll do for now. 15 minutes to go. 15 minutes away from being European champions. Final 10 minutes of the game. Can we get a second goal in the game? Can we? Don't get yourself sent off, whatever you do as well. Here's the Barney. I thought we won the ball back there, but obviously not. Now here's Fatakante, a player I'm looking at. No, nothing stupid, nothing stupid. Adelson kicks it long. Got the ball back. Rocha to Edson. Is this the time to kill him off? Edson, he's still going. Waste, waste. What's he doing? Well, just 4 minutes to go of normal time. It's been quite a straightforward final, hasn't it, so far? Not much to talk of. We got the early goal and Leipzig have no answers. I think it's time to go a little bit more pragmatic in the game, to be honest. I'm going to take Edson off. And I'm going to bring on... No, I'm going to bring on Chino for Edson. I'm going to put Rocha on the left-hand side. And I'm going back to a back 5. Why not? I know it might be a silly decision, but of course, if we go to extra time or if they score a goal, we've still got one more substitution to make as well. So, haven't left myself in a completely sticky situation, to be honest. Let's go back to a back 5 here. Let's also put him on Segundo Volante on support as well. Let's go balanced. Get play out of defence off. Time wasting. Slow the pace down. Let's also put a low block in there as well. Alright, here we go. 4 minutes to go. Leipzig haven't looked like scoring in this game so far. 4 minutes of added time. Now it's time to go defensive. We're 2 minutes away from being Champions League winners. Oh my word. Oh my word. Okay, okay. Okay, I've gone defensive. We've just got 2 minutes left on the clock. 2 minutes away from being the winners of the Champions League and our first ever time competing in the competition. Please don't show another highlight here. Please don't show another highlight here. Get in. Get in there. There you have it. We are the winners of the Champions League. We are the champions of Europe. We started off the season here with a European trophy. Against Real Madrid, we beat them in the UEFA Super Cup final. Never in a million years did I think we'd end the season with a European trophy as well. There we are doing the funny dance. There's that beautiful Champions League trophy. Wow. I can't believe we've done this, to be honest, but we deserve it. We deserve it. We had one big slip-up in the Champions League when we lost away to FC Metz 4-1, but other than that, we've been pretty much faultless, to be honest. Got through Man United with ease over 2 legs. We got through Arsenal, like they weren't even there in the quarter-final, and Real Madrid as well. We got through them with ease as well over 2 legs. And in this final, there's only 1-0 against RB Leipzig here, but did we really see anything from them in the competition? So, wow, okay. We've blown the league title again, but we have ended off the season with a Champions League trophy. Oh my word, how brilliant is this? We're still yet to win the league title, still yet to win the FA Cup as well, but another one ticked off, and that is the Champions League, the big one. Nesta Rocha, the match winner as well. He scored the goal in the Champions League final, so great for him. Portsmouth celebrate a double. I don't know if we can call it officially a double because we won the UEFA Super Cup. We get a chance to retain our trophy next season as well, by the way, in the UEFA Super Cup, of course. We also have to play in the Club World Championship. But that was we were already playing in that because we got to the final, I think. So I was already going to play in that anyway. So, wow, even more opportunities to win even more European trophies before now and the end of the series. So that is great. Challenger, one of the top English managers. Well, to be honest, I'd like to think I'm the top English manager. Who's better than me? They talk about the Hall of Fame. I'm actually in the Hall of Fame now. Sixth in the Hall of Fame. That's very nice, isn't it? I don't think I'm going to catch Bob Paisley, though, to be honest. He got a very high score. Brian Clough second as well. But I could take Jack Reynolds' place in 3rd place very, very quickly, I should imagine. So hopefully that's something for myself in terms of my personal accolades. Challenger praised by Portsmouth supporters, so I should be, to be honest. Look at that. Look at the names we've had joining there. PSG, Man City, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Portsmouth. Very nice. Very, very nice. The board are delighted as well, as they should be. Magnaghi again with an 8.1 in that game. What a player he is, by the way. Unbelievable. Man City set to launch a Daleson bid. You can clear off. You are not getting in, Man City. Also, after winning the Champions League as well, is that going to even increase our chances of signing even better players? Well, hopefully, you would like to think so. In terms of the initial budgets for next season, though, guys, we're giving pretty much £80 million to spend. We've got 117k left in the wage budget. I'll probably adjust that a little bit, to be honest, whilst we're here. I think that'll be, it'd be very nice. Look at that. 67.5 million to spend and 349k in the wage budget. In terms of next season, well, of course, this has been a fantastic season. Finished second in the league, so not the best. But next season, we can really go and win that title again, hopefully. Try to push to win the title, should I say. Won the Champions League, though. Won the UEFA Super Cup and the Cup competitions. The less we say about them, the better. But all in all, in Europe this season, we've been faultless. Won the UEFA Super Cup and we've won the Champions League. So that is absolutely amazing. Amazing. Only two competitions that are eluding us now. Or 2 trophies. That is the Premier League and the FA Cup. So hopefully we can do that from now until the end of the series. Probably looking to do, I'd say it's either 2 to 3 more seasons here with Portsmouth. Give us enough time to try and win the Premier League and the FA Cup, although the Premier League is obviously more important. And try and defend our crown in the Champions League as well. Try and win that one more time. We shall see. But at least 2 more seasons, but no more than 3, I should imagine. So 2 or 3 more seasons to go here in the series. In terms of next season, though, guys, well, obviously it's a great way to end this season. Champions League winners. In terms of the squad for next season, well, the goalkeeper position, I am very happy with that. Lopez has come a long way in the last couple of seasons, and now he's looking like a goalkeeper we can rely on, to be honest. If you look at him here, shot stopping, there's not much better than him in the entire world, to be honest. He might actually be the best shot stopper in the world. Overall, he could be better, but he's still improving. 24 years of age. Obviously, there's a goalkeeper out there we could sign who's better than Lopez. I will look into that, but you know, the value we need to sign a goalkeeper is better than Lopez, who's come a long way. I don't think it'll be worth it, to be honest. So Lopez is our number 1. Bazunu is a good number 2 as well. In terms of the right-back position, well, I'm very happy with that, to be honest. Got Andy Booth and Vafali at the club. 2 players who are homegrown at the club as well. Well, Vafali homegrown in the nation. Booth homegrown at the club. Very good right-backs. Also got Mohamed who can play there as well. So the right-back position, I'm very happy with that. Left-back as well, or Daleson, has come on a long way this season, to be honest. He's a very, very good player. Very, very good player. Very versatile as well. Look at him there. He's still only 21 years of age as well, mind. He's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. So he's a number 1 left back, that is for sure. Chino as well. He's about to get his homegrown status at the club, so he's a decent backup option for a Daleson. So again, Left back, I'm happy with that. Also Vafali, he's both footed, so he can easily play left back as well. So that's great. Centre back, well, next season I'm looking to play Maka as a centre back. I did say that this season, but I need to go buy a DM for next season, that is for sure. So if I do start Maka as centre back next season, we've got 3 elite centre backs, has to be said. Maka, El Idrissi, and Mohamed. So I don't think we need any more centre backs, to be honest. We've also got Vafali, Daleson, who can both are natural centre backs as well. And obviously got Beagley at the club. We've got Fraser Organ still on loan as well, who are decent backup options to have, it has to be said. Also homegrown players at the club. So in terms of centre back, I'm very happy with that. The DM position though, this is where we have a bit of a problem, it has to be said. Moreno has made it clear that he wants to leave the club, it has to be said. I put him on the transfer list now. Unfortunately, he's only wanted by Brighton now, so we might do well to get £60 million for him, to be honest. Probably looking at less than that, but of course he wants to leave now. He said he's going to leave end of his current contract, so need to get some money for him. Maka will be the only DM left we have at the club, and of course I want to play him at centre back. So now we're in a scenario because Kieran Paul, obviously nowhere near good enough. Santiago Grana as well, he's only a fringe player at the club, and also he loves to bomb forward. So we need 2 defensive midfielders. We need 2 to replace Moreno and to get another better one in as well. So that is the priority for this season, this upcoming season, is to buy a defensive midfielder and another one to battle him out as well. So hopefully we can do that. We shall see what happens. We shall see what players pop up in my scouting update. Hopefully we can strengthen there. In terms of the Secondo Volante position, well, he's not popping up there, but Acosta, he's had a great season this season. He's my number 1 DM on that side. Also got Grana there as backup and Kieran Paul. I would like to sign another backup Secondo Volante, or potentially a new first team regular, to take out Grana's place there, get more squad depth in that position. Obviously sell Kieran Paul, but if we can't buy one, then Grana will have to do his backup, and obviously Kieran Paul here is a fringe player. But ideally, I'd like to sign 2 DMs, well, 3 DMs to be honest. Got 2 ball infielded players and 1 Secondo Volante, but don't know if I can do that. But the DM, the ball infielder type players, that is the priority. Need 2 of them first. If there's any money left to spare, or we sell any players, then go for a Secondo Volante as well. Attacking midfield position, well, little bit underwhelming this season was Gula. Very underwhelming, it has to be said. He's also now 30 years of age, and he's worth 61 to 66 million. Do I cash in on Gula? Only got 2 goals this season in the league. 6 assists with 6.87. It's not good enough, is it? It's not good enough. You look at him here, of course, he's amazing. Amazing player. 20 composure, 19 technique, 18 vision as well. But he's not doing the business for us this season, that is for sure. He's the wrong side of 30 now, so I may look to cash on him. We shall see. Got Gula there, can play attacking midfield. Andre as well. I've given him plenty of chances, to be honest, but I think it's clear that he's never good enough to be a regular starter for us, only as a squad player. Also got Nestor Rocha, who can play there as well. Ideally, I'd like to sign a new key attacking midfielder, or even move Acosta there, but then saying that, I've got to bring in 2 Secondo Volantes there, so doesn't look likely it's going to happen, but I'll listen to offers for Gula, that is for sure. We shall see what happens. On the right wing, very happy. Very happy indeed. Magnaghi on the right wing, brilliant player. 5-star now, you see there, he's unbelievable. Great signing he's been. And also we've got Nestor Rocha who can play there, we've got Bruno who can play there, and Gula who can play there. So on that side of the pitch, we are very, very good. Left side of the pitch, we've got Edson. Bruno has been playing there most of the season. Nestor Rocha can play there as well. Koric can also play there. Only says 2 players here, but we've got plenty of players who can play there. So that is not a problem area of the pitch as well. And up front, we've got Koric up front, of course. Not at his best season with the club. 22 goals in the league. As you can see there, last 2 seasons, he's got over 30 in the league. So a little bit disappointing. 33 in total, though. He's still obviously a great striker. We've got Gasco, yet to prove himself. We've also got Gula, Bruno, Edson, Rocha, and Magnaghi, who can all play up front. So as you can see there from the team, if we can go out and sign a world-class DM and a good backup option for him, we could be going real places next season. And I'm talking about winning the Premier League, the Champions League, the FA Cup, win it all. We shall see what happens. But at the end of this season, I'm very, very happy. We've blown the league title, unfortunately, again. But we've ended the season with another 2 trophies, the UEFA Super Cup and the Champions League as well. In terms of the players of the season, well, Magnaghi, he has to get player of the season. 10 goals and 18 assists from him in his debut season as well. So he may get even better next season. He's in the prime of his career, 27 years of age. Very exciting times to have him. Koric as well, not his best season, but still putting a decent average rating. 33 goals and 8 assists for him. Nestor Rocha came up very nicely this season, has to be said. Very versatile player. 9 goals, 11 assists for him. He's a key squad player, Nestor Rocha, has to be said. Can play in all the 4 positions and always does well as well. Bruno, not as good as last season. Ended the season terribly as well, but he's still got 22 goals, which is nice. Only 8 assists though. Mamadou Lopez, he was a difference maker this season, it has to be said. A real difference maker. 52 games, 7.1 average rating. Adelson as well at left back. Solid footballer with a 7.09. They are the standout players from this season, it has to be said. I'll go with Lopez, Adelson, Coric and Magnaghi. Those 4 are very crucial for us this season, but I'm looking for a new defensive midfielder. I'm looking for 2 defensive midfielders actually, so hopefully we can go out and do that. But what a way to end the season, lifting the Champions League. Does it get any better than that? And that is the end of the video, guys. Please remember that if you do like this video, hit that like button for me, and also if you want to see more from me, do hit that subscribe button as well. It'd really help me out and it's much appreciated. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.